Do you know what's a fun thing to do? Sit back and think about the future and how amazing it's gonna be and how much better it's gonna be to the way things are now. Just, you know, come up with all these weird ideas and stuff. You know, back as a kid, one of my favorite movies was I, Robot by Will Smith. It came out back in like 2004, and it's basically set in the year 2035 and it has all these AI robots that are helping out humans and doing tasks and stuff, and everyone loves them. Will Smith, you don't trust them, he thinks they're bad and this is all a good thing and they're gonna take over the world, and everyone's like, oh, they're not gonna harm no humans, they don't do that shit, and then they go and harm the humans. Point is, I still wonder, there's 15 more years to 2035, are we gonna all have AI robots by then? Did we jump the gun? Because a lot of people, like, because they think the future's so far away, time is so far away, the things we're saying are gonna happen, they probably would have happened by then, right? We're not overshooting, right? Like, we're not overestimating ourselves, but people do overestimate ourselves. We know there were people from the 70s who thought we were gonna be in, like, fucking spaceships and flying cars by 2000. By 2000, you didn't even have broadband. Okay, I mean, actually, no, we actually did get broadband in 2000, so technically we did. But yeah, my point is that I love watching those kind of movies that are set in the future. Minority Report is set in like 2050 something, like, so it's just crazy. Like, as a kid, me and my friends was like 7, 8, 9. Back then, when you're a kid, like 1 year takes like fucking ages. Like, nowadays the years are just going by. I'm getting fucking old, 35 years. But back then, a year was like a whole fucking voyage. A year felt like half a decade now. And back then we used to talk about the 2020s, like we were gonna have flying cars, that was one big one, robots all over the fucking place, like the cities are gonna look all futuristic and shit, you know, like I'm still surprised that we're even driving cars manually at this point. Like, it's taken a while. We overshot, and now it's like we've come down to earth. It's like, oh shit. So today, in the honor of overshooting, we're gonna look at some clips of people from the past trying to predict the future, or our present, and, you know, failing miserably by overshooting. We got one in 1989 talking about the year 2020. Let's see what the fuck they say about 2020. Let's see how close we got to their predictions. Alright, tomorrow's wall.
What are going to be the biggest changes in our homes by 2020?
Let's see.
We've been talking to some of the people who've been thinking about the home of the future. Christine McNulty. I started the home.
God, these video editing skills, right? That's some shit that some YouTubers could do. This was like professional shit. Like, she just come in through the thing and then they zoom it in. Like, this is just like, I think they're trying to set this, like some CGI house. It feels like some weird CGI futuristic house or something that they've built. Like, these towers do not feel like real towers. I mean, I get that the video quality is not good, but it really feels like they computer generated that to make it feel, you know, like futuristic. Christine McNulty. Is she still alive? It's from 89. That's like 31 years. That looks like her from the video. That doesn't prove that she's alive though. It's just a photo. I mean, let's see this Twitter. Tweeted on February 20. Yeah, I think she's still alive. I mean, she looked like she was in her 40s there. So, I mean, I guess it's still believable. And it says she founded this thing in 1988. And that video is from 89. So, yeah, I mean, good on her.
They'll want all the benefits of modern technology, but without all this cluttered and complex gadgetry that we have today.
That sounds about reasonable, like, because you saw the memes, like, right, where they have, like, all the things before. They have, like, the record player or the big speaker and then the radio and then the TV and all these different pieces of technology, and it'll be like, this is how it was in the 90s. And then now, everything's just on the phone. The phone does everything. So, I get what she's saying. She's already predicting that things will get smaller and it'll be more convenient in smaller packages and on less packages, so.
By 2020, all of this will be possible.
Okay.
We'll have things under control without all of these knobs and buttons.
I mean, we still got, okay. They're talking about homes, right? My phone ain't got no buttons anymore. I mean, I guess the volume buttons and the power button, but it's mostly no buttons. We still got like doorknobs and shit, door handles. Maybe, I mean, she's overshooting a little bit, but not too high yet, not just yet.
And what's more, the technology itself will be embedded in the very fabric of the house and its furnishings. You won't actually be able to see the technology, but it will be there.
Ooh, you won't be able to see it, but it's there.
That means the lights automatically switch off and on as you walk between rooms. And the home learns how bright you like them. A simple command gives you music, perhaps piped in from a sound library. Bark, please.
Okay, I mean, we got Alexa, so that was cool. We got Alexa, so that's cool. As for the lights, I mean, I guess you can get like smart lights. I don't know if they're automatic, but I've got like those kind of lights, but I'm using the infrared version of the remote, so I can like change the color of the light and whatnot. But there is a separate Bluetooth version that rigs to the phone, and you could like rewire it. But that one doesn't determine based on when you enter or leave the room, because that's more of a sensory kind of thing. You need probably separate technology for that. But I think that does exist. It's just not commonplace, you know. Technology is like, it comes out first, and then after years and years and years, it actually becomes widespread. So, you know, they're making it seem like we're all gonna have that shit, but now, like, only like certain people have got the smart shit.
More PowerPoints. Plugs become pads, picking up power from anywhere.
Oh, okay. Reload that one. Reload that one. Let's see that one again. Let's see that one again. First of all, PowerPoint predicting Office in the future.
Pads picking up power from
anywhere. You know, I'm kind of mad now because that's actually such a good fucking idea. Like, imagine if some magnetic shit, just, you know, plug in your phone, just glue that shit to the wall, and it just starts charging, like, no effort whatsoever. I mean, in a way, wireless charging is kind of that. It's like a pad, you put it on and it charges, but it's not like there's any part of the wall that's got electricity ready for you to just tap into, you know. So they did kind of overshoot a little bit here, you know.
This is today's glass technology, whereby combining thin transparent coatings with ordinary conventional glass, we're able to change the performance of the glass.
See, this one, I mean, makes sense because they actually have the technology there. So I've actually seen this before, smart glass, where you can flick a switch and it goes from transparent to opaque. It does exist in a few areas, but definitely not commonplace, and I can't wait till I get that because it's so sick. Imagine like having a nice flat, you know, great view of the outside, and then you could just flick a switch and then bam, opaque. You don't even need no curtains.
We can diffuse the glass for privacy, and with other coatings we can control the glare.
But it's like, why is it taking so long? If they had it in '89, that's like 31. How have we not all got it by now? Like, is there just not enough demand for it? Like, do we just love curtains too much? I don't know.
So a simple command could turn a window into a wall.
I can see the green screen like outlines here. This is the weirdest computer generated room ever. I would be dead ass surprised if this was a real room and not computer generated.
And you could decorate it how you want.
So the window becomes a TV, a computer screen.
Or a computer screen. Well, that may...
I mean, I don't have no window like that. We don't even have the smart windows fully implemented yet. You're talking about turning it into a TV and a computer screen. I mean, could you build a monitor within a window and have it together and just... Like, yeah, I mean, that's overshooting. That's definitely an overshoot.
The other key is for the home to use more energy more intelligently. The heating system could learn your daily routine and only heat the rooms that you'll be using. The living room would be at just the right temperature as you come downstairs.
I mean, okay, we have a heating system right now where you can, you know, set when it comes on or when it comes off. Like, you can put it on a schedule. It's not really learning your routine, you're telling it the routine. But still, for it to be automated, it's still kind of similar to this. It's not too much of an overshoot. You know, we can't do it room by room because of the way our heating system is built. There's an individual, like, off switch on each heater, so I could turn off a heater, but that's manual. That's not on a system. But I think that does exist somewhere. It's just not as widespread as we'd want. So, you know, a bit of an overshoot, but not too much.
The people who are already planning the home we'll be living in 30 years assure us that we can take as much or as little of this technology as we like. There'll be no single home of the future. There'll be millions of different ones.
She's a bit of a MILF though, shit. Might have to go back to 89 for that one. I'm joking. I'm chill. Yeah, I mean, it's not too much of an overshoot. Maybe like a 5 to 6 out of 10 on the overshooter meter. If that's a word, I'm making that a word. Maybe if we give them a bit more time, make it a bit closer, maybe they'll get it right. This one says, how close were these 2020 predictions from 2000? It's only 20 years. By then, they realized he weren't in flying cars by 2000, a spaceship. They must know. It's not that far away. this should be a bit more accurate. Let's see what we got here.
And as we look ahead to 2020, we wanted to check on what we thought life would be like when the new millennium started. 7 Eyewitness News reporter John Kosick tells us what we got right 20 years ago.
Those videos. Oh, the moment I saw that, that shit took me back. Like, I used to make these, like, you know, little videos of Movie Maker, and like I used to make like movies in PowerPoint presentations, and you had like the word art and shit. The moment I saw that font and that whole aesthetic, I was like, yeah, we back to that 90s aesthetic.
UB's Dean of Arts and Sciences, Cary Grant, says even though most people will be shopping over the internet.
God damn, look at that online store. Oh, the Internet Explorer flashbacks. Like, I remember this. I remember when this was how we used to browse. I mean, I never bought anything online from a site like that, but if you saw a site like that today, like, you would not put any form of money near there. You would not give any details to this site. Oh my god, people used to design sites from scratch, like dead ass. Like, you know, now it's just like buy a theme, you know, use a service that will do most of the work for you and just add in your pictures and stuff. Like, it's so easy. Then it was like, shit, you gotta like code the shit from scratch, the services to do it. Like, there was no PayPal. Like, PayPal was like early 2000s, I think. eBay was from the 90s though. Maybe PayPal was before then. Let me see. So it says it was founded in 98, but as a different name, and then they changed it again in 99. So that means PayPal as we knew it probably wasn't a thing until, yeah, it's an initial public offering in 2002 and then became under eBay. So yeah, like, PayPal, and then it took years for it to actually become like trusted and widespread. Even now people still have problems with PayPal, but you know, back then, you know, online buying was just, it's like a war zone. It's like a jungle. Most of this video is just talking about some basic shit anyway. Not really much here. Alright, we got this one called 1966 Children About Future. Don't know what year they're predicting. Music and video. Oh, fuck. Probably have to do some dodgy edits to get this one to not get flagged by the YouTube fucking system. Let's see what they thought about us in 1966.
Well, in the year 2000, I think I'll probably be the spaceship to the moon dictating robots.
Spaceships on the moon.
Or I may be at a funeral of a computer.
You might be what? A funeral of a computer? Man, they thought we were going to be going to computer funerals?
Or if something's gone wrong with their nuclear bombs, I may be sort of coming back from hunting in a cave.
Let's go on to the next person.
Getting out and finding you've got a cabbage pill to eat for breakfast or something.
A cabbage pill? Man, they thought we were going to be eating pills. The overshooting, like...
Oh, I think, all these atomic bombs will be dropping around the place.
Atomic...
One will get near the centre, because it will sort of make a huge, great big crater.
Atomic bombs? I mean, they came from a generation where, like, you know, their parents remember the first, or their parents remember the Second World War, and their grandparents probably remember the First World War. It's like, yeah, their mentality is just like, war. I mean, not to say that there's no wars, but, like, you know.
And the whole world will just melt, and the world will become one vast atomic explosion.
God, talk about depressing, nigga, chill.
And it will become like a supernova, stars.
Some madman will get the atomic bomb and
what is it with these dudes and the bombs? Why chill? Like, talk about some nice, like, all the fucking bombs.
Blow the world into oblivion.
There's nothing you can do to stop it. The more people who get bombs, the more, well, somebody's going to use it one day.
Oh my god, this is fucking depressing.
It'll be so overpopulated that there'll all be wars, all nuclear explosions and everything. It'll make the...
Okay, well, we're done with this. We're done with this. Oh, we're done with this. We're done with this. Let's take it even further back and let's see the world in 2000 as predicted in 1900. Illustrations by French artist Villemard in 1910. Man, I tried searching up, but I can't find like when he died or anything. Like, I guess he wasn't popular enough. In the 21st century, in order to control traffic jams in the air, there'll be more and more flying policemen. What? Oh, I mean, I guess you have those helicopters with cops and shit, but that's like when there's like a high-speed chase and they need to like keep an eye on shit, you know? It's not like, you know, traffic jams in the air. firemen will be equipped with bat wings to be able to easily access top floors and roofs. Damn. I mean, this sounds like more of a jetpack kind of thing. When was the jetpack invented? 1960. We still don't even use them like mainstream. Like, I mean, they're trying, but man, like, that's not commonplace. Schools will be equipped with audio books. See, when I read it, I was like, okay, that's not too ridiculous. We got audiobooks, right? I mean, it's just, you know, microphone, read the book. And they show the picture, and it's like they put the books through the contraption, and then they crank it, and then it turns to audio. It's like the ideas are right. It's just the execution. Like the other one, for example, the firefighter, instead of it being like a jetpack, they couldn't think of that. It's like bat wings. Oh my god, and the kids have got like headphones that are wired to like the machine, so no wireless, you know what I mean. 2000, wireless wasn't overly commonplace, so I get that. But man, like, not even like we'll scan the books, you know, digitize them and make them, we'll just crank it through a machine, wind it up, and then we'll turn it to oh, it's just like some Flintstone shit, like futuristic shit, but in the era, in the aura of past ideals. Wars will be fought by combat cars. I mean, I don't really study wars, but I mean, they have like tanks and shit. I mean, oh yeah, because cars were still relatively new then, so tanks must have not even existed yet. Yeah, 1916, so yeah, they got that one right. They didn't even overshoot that one. You'll be able to send mail just by dictating it into a loudspeaker. Man, the idea is right. It's not an overshoot. I mean, it's an overshoot because it's predicting 2000. You know, in 2000, no, you weren't doing that shit. Nowadays, you get like your smartphone, you know, voice recognition software. You go into the mail app and then you save the email and then get it to send. You could do that. That's not really out of place. But in 2000, when the most popping off phone was like a 3310, nah, that's a bit of an overshoot. A little bit. You were close. 20 more, you were close. It was an overshoot. Electric train from Paris to Beijing. But that said, that's from 1879. So, my dude undershot on that one. Like, you, negative points. You undershot. Shit already existed. Then again, without the internet, how would you have known that it existed in Berlin when you were in France? Like, through the internet, you could just, oh, it already exists, or just Google it, you know. They had no idea. It was existing somewhere else. They're just like, don't know. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for this video. There's a lot of predictions. Some, you know, fairly decent, believable ones. Some serious overshoots. And a lot of people talking about bombing. Like, what the fuck? There's a lot of fucking bombing shit. Like, I mean, maybe I'll do one. Maybe, you know, it's 2020. Maybe I'll do a video predicting like 2040 and 2060 at some point. You know, allow the future generations to laugh at me when I'm old and they go, oh, you thought it was gonna be like this in 2040, 2060, and it's not like that, or it's better or it's worse. I mean, I probably would overshoot a little bit, you know, because, you know, I've been saying that scientists are working on trying to like cure aging, like stop us from aging. Like, imagine staying the same age indefinitely. Some people are saying it will happen by 2050. Some are saying it will happen by, you know, 2100 or whatever. It might not happen until 2500, you know. So we all overshoot because we want it to happen, you know, closer to when we can see it, you know. So if it doesn't happen then, what's the point? What's the point of saying some cool shit that we'll never get to see? It's better to say, oh yeah, it'll happen in your lifetime, you know, and hope that it gets there. So that's probably why we do it, but it is what it is. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. Let me know if you enjoy this kind of, you know, different content. You know, I'm trying different things, you know, so more content coming soon to the channel. But it's your boy, REMulous, Rem Gang. And I'm out.